Welcome back to the Lucabeth Lounge, the cozy space for everybody who loves Lucas and Elizabeth from One Calls the Heart. Today we have me, Jillian.
And me, Blanca. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. It's Div. Happy New Year.
And Linda. Welcome, Hearties.
Hey. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. We had to come back, though, to do an episode about the promos. We had to do it. We have so many promos, you guys. So many promos to talk about. And most of them are Lucas and Elizabeth. Let's just be real. We got a little spoiled. So that's what we're talking about today. Is that cool?
Yay.
Yeah. Okay,
If
let me
we
get
have to. Sure.
If we have to. We have to. Okay, so we're starting off with the hot air balloon, okay? And so we see it in a different order than we think that it plays. But it obviously starts on the ground, right? With the guy with the beard. And when they're in the little basket on the ground and Elizabeth is kind of freaking out. And it's super cute because he's like, no, it's okay. I know how to operate an air balloon. And she's like, oh, I'm not surprised. And then he does that little smirk.
Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm worried.
We've arranged everything. I know how to operate an air balloon.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. There we go again. Here we
It's
go.
so long.
Here.
We're going to say our so cutes today.
We have to say our so cute. It's a new year. We got to get it in.
Heck yeah.
What do you guys talk about it? Talk about it.
My favorite part is when they cast off and she just happens to fall into his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Cast off. Here we go.
Such a shame.
Just happens to grasp onto his shoulders.
That's right. It's a bumpy ride up.
So deliberate. She could have grabbed onto the edge of the basket. She could have grabbed onto the edge of the... But Chris and Aaron are so natural. Like, there's no awkwardness or anything. Like, she comes for him, like, she holds on to him, and he starts smiling, and, like, he, like, just grabs her. It's just so... I don't know. I guess I shouldn't expect anything different, but I just feel like they don't miss a beat. Do you know what I mean?
Don't. I know. They are so in it all the time. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you fake that, but
Yep. No,
they're good
say
at
it. Say it, because I do not see. I feel like sometimes people who are like involved with other people, there might be a little like, okay, if I don't have to touch you, I'm not really gonna touch you. But with them, it's just so natural. Like, I don't see him like removing his hands off of her or like moving it. And same with her. She's like, you know, slatched on.
Yeah. True. I'm guessing they have the same kind of approach to acting. No? Don't you think so? I think the same kind of approach when they have to shoot these kind of scenes in which they have to be a little more physical, and they just go for it, which is great. I mean, it's the right way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like even on different levels too, like on a more intellectual level, I feel like they are just really well matched, like as people, not just characters, but as people, you know. It just translates to their physicality. Is that the right word? I don't know.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So good.
So yeah, then they're up in the air.
We're flying.
Wherever the wind takes us.
Gosh. Okay. So this is what we don't know what order this goes in. There's the "Are you sure?" I've never been more sure.
Are you sure?
I have never been more sure.
Which we don't know what they're talking about, but we have opinions. We have imaginations, guys. And then there's the cheek kiss and the nose nuzzle. And then there's the wrap your arms around me. What do you guys think that they're talking about when she says, "Are you sure?" and he says, "I've never been more sure"?
I don't have a theory about that, so I would like to listen to everyone's opinion. If you have one.
I don't either. I
You
don't
don't?
either. I feel like it's so open. No,
Yeah,
we really
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
just so many possibilities.
I
exactly.
mean, there are. Yeah, it is very open. I think my best guess, based on the other promos that we've seen, I'm wondering, I mean, don't come at me if I'm wrong about this, but my best guess is that she's, well, I don't know. Because would they be talking about this in a hot air balloon in this romantic moment? I don't
Yeah.
know. Like when she, obviously he's been like babysitting Jack, right? Like quite often it seems. So I'm just wondering if it has something to do with that. If this scene comes in the first episode or two, if she's talking about something about not having anybody to watch Jack, and he's like, well, I'll do it because whatever. And she's like, are you sure? Never been more sure. I don't think they're talking about like getting married.
No.
Because
No, it's too early.
yeah, it's too early. Like, it's not like he's proposing and she's like, are you sure? Like, he wouldn't be like, will you marry me? And she's like, are you sure? That's not gonna happen, right? She's gonna be like, yes. So I don't know. That's my best guess from what we've seen so far. Of course, we haven't seen many other aspects. So based on what we've seen so far, that's my best guess. But
I just feel like they're possibly going in for a kiss after he says, I've never been more sure. And I don't know that they would do that if it was related to little Jack. Like, I don't know if she'd be like, kiss me, thank you for watching my son. I don't know. But
that's true.
But we
also don't know if they kiss.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. They should at some point. Because
they
come
should always.
on. Yeah. But they're like away from the rest of the world. They're like up in the sky, you know?
Well, that's crap. Are you okay?
I'm so sorry.
That's
going to be a moment that you have to edit.
You got carried away.
No, I'm not editing that. No, I know, and I totally. That's what I mean. I don't know if that's what they're gonna talk about in this romantic like hot air balloon, but also like when you're in the middle of the sky, and then like how long are they there before you're just like, what do you? I don't know. Know. We'll see, but
yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, I don't know. Do we have more to say about the hot air balloon scene?
Well, yes, you pointed out that there was a little slightly different, trust me, no, when they are going up.
I think so. So when in the first promo that we saw, he says, trust me. And then a little bit later when they played another, like the other clips of it, he says trust me, but it sounds more like a question. Like, do you trust me?
Right.
I don't know.
That's why I wanted to point that out.
Yeah, it could have just been my imagination, but
no,
it sounded different to me.
I think it's there, and it's and that's the part that makes me think of Aladdin.
Do you trust me?
And I wanted to point that out because the whole scene is a lot. I don't know, a lot like the Whole New World scene. Don't you think? In a way.
Yeah. I
think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then the apple later. We'll talk about the apple.
Right. I haven't thought about that. Wow, that's another parallel.
In the hair. He's got a lot in hair. He does.
So you're all hearing a question mark after that? Because I'm not hearing it. I went back and listened because I saw that, it was one of the topics we were going to try and bring up, and I just didn't hear it. But that was, I don't know. Seems like a strange thing to him be questioning that at this moment.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess like I said, we'll see. I mean, maybe it was even from just like a different take and he said it differently. I don't know. But it sounded different to me from like one clip to the other. I'll put it in the video so people can decipher themselves. But I mean, it's all speculation at this point. But
I hadn't thought about the apple parallel.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Wow.
Okay, what Apple parallel? I missed something. Or are we talking about this later?
Aladdin. We're talking about the apple later.
Yes.
But, you know, in the app when he goes like this with the apple and like flicks it up with his arm in the promo that we saw, like behind the scenes. Aladdin,
okay,
you know, Aladdin
Aladdin
like,
does
the
that
apple down his
also
arm.
in the movie. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
sweet.
Gives me an excuse to go see it. But I did think of Aladdin when I saw the whole "You Trust Me" and him kind of showing
Right?
her this other world, like this other,
Exactly.
giving her this other experience. That's what Lucas is all about, right? The Virginia Woolf thing too. That was him taking her away. That was him giving her an experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, towards the end, this is in the Super Channel one, the promo. After the scene closes, Elizabeth says, "Oh, Lucas, it's beautiful."
Oh, Lucas, it's beautiful.
And we don't know what that's about either. Is it the view? Is it something he showed her? We don't know.
So
I'm hoping there's a lot to the scene that we haven't seen.
Which
That
is
was not
exciting, right? I mean, we got all these promos and
Yep.
there's so much that we have no idea what's to come. And it's so
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that if they took the dialogue from that scene and they didn't like take it from another scene, I think she's probably talking about the view.
The view.
People were talking about a ring, but again, I don't think it would be a reaction. Like if he got down on his knee and opened up a ring box, she wouldn't be like, "Oh, look, it's beautiful."
No.
She would, you know, like she's not gonna focus on the ring. She's gonna focus on
Right.
him, the proposal. And I don't think he's gonna propose in a basket of the
Me neither.
No.
There's not room. He's got long legs.
That's a good point. It might have nothing to do with that scene whatsoever. We've seen that
Right.
before.
They take stuff. They make it chop
Yeah.
up.
True.
So we'll see. But yeah. And then when she wraps his arms around her, oh no, it's a different part. It's when his arm is already around her and he like scooches his hand like more onto her stomach. Just like just a little bit. It's like super quick, but I'm like,
I haven't
I love
noticed that either. You need to make another tiny moment with that because I've missed it.
I think I did.
Well, you did? Then
I
I've
think
missed
so.
it.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Nothing.
slight, but it's like, why did he do that? Like it's just kind of unnecessary, but sure, it's cute.
It's unnecessary, but he wants to.
Yeah.
That's
Which
why.
I love.
I know. It's so good. And then, I mean, come on. The way he like nuzzles her cheek with his nose after he kisses it.
True. We hadn't
I'm
mentioned
done.
that.
I can't.
Yeah.
He does that a lot. At least 3 times.
Yeah,
We've
he
seen
does.
him.
He does use his nose. He nuzzles. Which
So
is the
gentle.
cutest thing.
Do we
So
think it's Chris who does it?
Huh?
Do we think it's Chris who does it? Or it's on the script? What do you think?
I think it's Chris.
I think it's Chris too.
I think it's Chris as Lucas. Because I don't
of
think I've
course.
ever seen him do it in another movie. But like he's never really been in a relationship, like a long lasting relationship before. Like he's done movies where it's like a quick, like, you know, oh, they fall in love and they kiss and it's done, but like it's never been this before. So I mean, I don't know if he does it in real life, but like he does it with Aaron.
he said in an interview, which one was it? Oh, the bubbly sesh one, the day after the finale, where they are authentically immersed. Those are the words he used. And I think that's what it is. He becomes Lucas and Aaron becomes Elizabeth to the point where everything you see is authentic. Because in those moments, they aren't like Chris and Aaron. They are Lucas and Elizabeth. They have channeled that part of them. And because they're both so invested, Chris said, you know, in his interview with Paul, that he is very, very invested in this role. So I think they do go into this place where they're like genuinely, like Blanca, you remember you told me this, Audrey Hepburn's quote, where they do, it's like a whole like being in love kind of thing, but it's in those moments.
that you have to fall in love a little bit with your co-star during scenes.
During the scene, exactly.
Before
Before
because you are your like a piece of you is your character,
Exactly.
and a piece of him is his character, and those pieces fall in love. So
like the nose. Speaking of the nose nuzzle, he does it in the library scene. Have you seen it? After the first two kisses, when they pull back and they look at each other, he comes towards her again and he like bumps noses with her. I think that's Chris. I don't think that's scripted. So
no, that's not scripted. They wouldn't be that detailed. They wouldn't be like, hey, touch noses, or like touch your nose for a cheek, or like touch. No, that's him for sure.
And Aaron grins like that is just Lucas and Elizabeth. And that's what I was trying to say is some actors, they come into a scene, or they come into, well, they're playing their characters, but you still see like a bit of a hesitancy. They kind of like we talked about earlier, if they don't have to touch each other, they kind of pull back, they hold back, but you don't see that with these two. And that's what makes it so amazing.
Exactly. It's the kind of acting that doesn't feel like acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the best acting, right?
Yeah. I couldn't watch Chris and Aaron in any of their other projects for the longest time because I just wanted to preserve them as Lucas and Elizabeth. Maybe it's not realistic, but worked for me.
I'm the same.
I like them both in other stuff too. But I obviously really love them together. So
yeah.
I always wish that actors were together in real life, like in movies and TV. However, I haven't wished for Chris to be with any of his other co-stars, and I've only wished for Aaron to be with Dan until that was done. So I don't know. until Chris, I mean. All right. Again, in no particular order, we've got the nighttime kiss on Elizabeth's porch, which there was this whole discussion about where this was, but it's definitely on Elizabeth's porch. I'm so sorry for throwing a wrench in this because I for sure saw the table in the background as a building in the background, and I totally thought it was on Main Street somewhere, but it's for sure on Elizabeth's porch. My brain had it all turned around, and it was like a different direction than I was thinking, but she's like facing outside of her door. He's facing the door, and they smooch, and it's like how many seconds? A half a second maybe that we get. But you guys,
there's a dip.
A porch kiss, and it looks like it might get a little passionate. I'm just saying.
There's a dip. Like if you watch his back, like it moves.
He pushes her.
For it to happen, he's got to be holding on to her pretty tight. So I think the kiss is the same day as a hot air balloon. I could be wrong because he's not wearing a suit coat when you see him in the hot air balloon, but he could have had it. And he puts it on because it's nighttime and it gets colder. But I'm kind of going off of her blouse. If you look at the little bit we can see, it's a puff sleeve. You can see a bit of a puff sleeve, and like a small amount of her shoulder is exposed. And I think that it matches that blouse. So we could be wrong, but that could be a punctuation to the air balloon date. I'm going to call it a date.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
Yeah.
Although she does wear the same outfit, like she doesn't wear something different every day, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was after the air balloon date. Especially because that's like a romantic thing, and then they get back and he drops her off, and obviously he's gonna kiss her. He's not just gonna be like, okay, bye. So, and then just the way he just like they go like this.
I definitely think they're coming back from somewhere. I don't think that he's
Right.
leaving her house.
Yeah.
I think they're coming back. She opened the door. He pulled her back in, and we see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
we go back in there.
I can't. I'm going to scream when we see it. Oh my gosh. It's going to be so good, you guys.
They need to fix the lighting. I need it to be brighter. I was so mad when I saw that promo. I had to sit there and like lighten it up.
Great. Yeah.
Sometimes I think they do that for promos though too, to kind
Do
of
they?
leave a little bit. I mean, it seems like sometimes our promos are a little bit darker. Sometimes they just mash. I mean, that backyard scene last year on their first date was a little dark, but I think they wanted to give the feel of the candles, but I don't know, the glow of the faces.
Heaven forbid the candles, but yes, that makes sense.
Oh gosh. Yeah. You know what? Candles are fine. Candles are good. Candles are.
I was watching
This
some
is
other
great.
movie and they had a ton of candles. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh no.
So,
How dare that person light
So
some
simple.
candles? So yeah, the nighttime kiss outside Elizabeth's house. It's definitely on her porch. If anybody was involved in the conversation with me, I
was.
just forget about it. It's on the porch, okay? It's on the porch.
What's great about that scene is that, as Dick pointed out, the DDT is already happening, so it starts earlier and it ends up later, right? So it's gonna be a pretty long kiss for Hallmark standards, anyway. And
Yes, it looks passionate.
right. And unlike the library scene, it's not going to be the end of the episode. So I'm pretty sure we'll get dialogue afterwards, right?
Mhm.
Which is a good
I
thing.
hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think so.
maybe it's the first time that he goes into her house.
I was thinking that too, but I'm not sure.
Maybe she says, "Do you want to come in for some tea?" I don't know.
I could see that happening. Yeah.
And then
I
he'll be
hope
like,
we see the first time he goes in. We need to see it.
"We need to see it. We got to see it." I really still hope we see it because obviously we know that he goes into her house. We've seen a promo of it, but
Yeah.
the promo that we saw, he's very comfortable. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'll get there. But I do really hope we see the first time,
Yeah, me too.
even if it's just like his foot going in the door. That's all.
Okay, I got it. Bye.
I just want to see his new little boot go right through that threshold. Okay, so then we also have the nighttime almost snuggle, which we think is outside the saloon, right? I think we all agree on that? It's outside
Yeah.
the saloon?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
On that porch or on the bench.
the bench. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean it makes sense that it would be out there. Why? I don't know. When? I don't know. But it looks like she's gonna lay her little head on his little shoulder.
So
can't wait.
cute.
Again, that one was like a 0.2 seconds that we saw it, and we're like, what is it? When is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
We just need to see it. Regardless, it just looks cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we also see, okay, this has been like a discussion when she's getting out of the carriage versus the lifting little Jack in the street while Lucas is carrying Elizabeth's luggage. Is she going on a trip by herself? I feel like that's where we've kind of come to. Are they going on a trip together? Is she coming back? Are they in the valley? We don't really know for sure, but I think the discussion has ended with Elizabeth goes on a trip and she's coming back, and that's when she's getting out of the carriage. And the carriage is like a new like saloon shuttle thing. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, I definitely
he's
think it's
coming
her.
back. Yeah, go ahead, Linda, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's just her as well. I think she's been on, and they haven't seen each other in a while, hence the huge grins on their faces after seeing each other. I think Little Jack and maybe some other people from the town are standing there as she arrives, because he seemed to always do it in groups. So I think that he's not too far, but Lucas is just stepping up to help her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's the first person she sees when she comes back.
And they do look really excited to see each other. Like those grins.
I was just thinking earlier today, he's now the most important man in her life. I mean, like, decidedly. I feel like even before this, in her heart, she knows, but now it's like they both acknowledge it, and I just love it. It's so natural.
And if
it's her
she
boyfriend picking her up.
And if she goes on a trip on her own, and then they have a chance to miss each other, that will just be like prime writing, like just like yes.
Now, some people were saying that they think that this is at the beginning of the season, but I don't know. I just think that it seems like they're further along. He's further along in his relationship with Little Jack. It just seems like it's further along in the season to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would think I don't think it's right at the beginning. I mean,
I think it's right at the beginning.
Yeah,
I think it's right at the, because in the promo when they show the mayoral election, when Florence and Ned come out to give the results, pretty much everyone is there except Lucas and Elizabeth. Like you have Lee, Bill, Fiona, Ned. Actually, don't see Nathan, but whatever. But like everyone else is there. I did not time it for when you took a sip. I did.
Oh, good. Good.
But everyone else is there, but you don't see them. So I feel like it's towards the beginning of the season, but it's all speculation at this point. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a chance that Jack went on this trip with Elizabeth. My guess, we don't know. There's a chance they went to Hamilton. And I say this as a possibility because in the scene where Lucas goes into the house with the black eye, he presents Little Jack with a sailboat. And then he turns around and looks at Elizabeth and he goes, just like the one your dad had. I'm paraphrasing a bit here. So somehow he's heard that her father has a sailboat. My guess is either Elizabeth or Little Jack told him about it. And maybe the context of it is Little Jack had just been on it. But total speculation, it's just something that came to my mind. That if Little Jack went, maybe it was a Hamilton trip. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason I felt that the carriage scene was at the beginning of the season. Maybe because I think it was the first promo that we got, or the first clip. Or
it was the first snippet. I do too, and based on my experience last year was my first year following promos on social media. The first couple ones that they released were early season. Last year they showed Helen stepping off the stagecoach, and they expanded on that a little bit. So we saw a couple of different moments from that scene. So there's a good chance that the promos that we did get are towards the beginning of the season. I feel like a lot of the ones we got last season were either season 6 or sooner. That was the impression I got. Because
you mean episode 6?
Episode 6 last season. Okay. I think the latest one that they showed was
the picnic.
The picnic, correct. Yeah. Them toasting at the picnic. Not fighting, toasting at the picnic.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But we got a lot more promos this year. Is that not correct?
Yes.
And it seems, no, I was just, because it seems like we got spring and we got fall.
Yeah.
And we got Easter.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of different times. So we got, it seems like it would go through more of the season than just the first half, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we either get flashbacks. I think we have to get flashbacks because I think if we don't, then we're going to miss a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
And I also could see like some of the fall things that we see could be at the end of the season. So yeah.
For sure, it could be different. We could be getting later promos this year. We don't know. Like, for example, last year we got the poster in mid-December. We still haven't seen it. And last year, the season started in mid-February, and it's going to start in March this year. So there are changes. We don't know. We don't know what promos we're seeing or the time frame. But yeah.
Yeah, and not everything is going to be exactly the same as it has been in the past. I mean,
correct.
All right, so then we saw Lucas and Elizabeth lifting little Jack by his hands in the street. Lucas is carrying Elizabeth's luggage that we see in the front of the carriage when she gets out. And then she's wearing that same outfit. She's got the same little clutch. So chances are they're walking home from the carriage. We don't know for sure. But yeah, we see this. Linda, what did you want to say about this?
No, I mean, it was really cute scene. And I just remember when he was being picked up from both of them, and then he lets go of his mom's hand, but not Lucas's. And I thought that was so adorable because he's obviously very connected to Lucas, whether it's passing time or whatnot, but this, it's just adorable. So I'm just excited for their relationship just as much as Elizabeth and Lucas.
Yeah.
But that's why I think the carriage scene is a little bit later in the season. I do think though, Div, I think you're really onto something as far as them going to Hamilton, but I don't think that these two are connected, in my opinion. I think that they might have gone to Hamilton maybe during the time that passes in the season. Maybe they went there or something like that for a book signing, a book reading, a book release, or I don't know exactly what might bring them to Hamilton, but definitely with him giving them that sailboat and saying, something like your dad had, whether that means his dad doesn't have it any longer or whether he just saw when they were in Hamilton. But yeah, I definitely get the feeling they've been to Hamilton, or at least little Jack and Elizabeth did.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would make more sense if the trip goes to Hamilton to have it in the off season, because from a narrative point of view, I think it would make more sense if what we miss happens before the action begins, so to speak, and not to have a hiatus in the season later on. I don't know.
Yeah, because when her and Jack went to Hamilton, they were there for episodes. Was it 2 or 3? I don't remember now, although I recently watched all those.
Quite a few. They were there.
There were many episodes in Hamilton.
He was there for a long time.
Yeah. Side note, if that happens, I would love it. I love the Hamilton episodes. But if they've concealed
Jillian
that
doesn't.
And if they've managed to conceal those from us in the promos and not give us any real inclination of it, kudos to them. I would love it because I want to see Lucas meet the Thatchers.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I would be disappointed if she went to Hamilton without Lucas.
Right.
I really want, like, if she's gonna go to Hamilton, I want to see it, and I want Lucas to go with her. So in the fact that she's wearing just a light little outfit, she's not wearing like a traveling like suit or whatever like she normally does. I wonder if it's somewhere closer.
Could be.
I don't know.
Big folder.
There's only the one piece of luggage, so it's not like they all went, in my opinion, on that one.
Well, yeah, and if she went to Hamilton for, like, last time she went to Hamilton, she had like a bunch of really heavy luggage, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
but that was a different Elizabeth.
I know, but
But that makes sense. If she's traveling
just-
so light, maybe it's closer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and again, there's only one set of luggage, so it's not like Jack doesn't have a suitcase.
Mhm.
So, I mean, could she pack for her and Jack in one suitcase? I
No.
don't know, maybe for
No.
a night, but
One last thing, we do agree that we're not going to see the trip, right? Only her coming back, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least
I didn't think we
Maybe.
were going to see the trip. So I'm glad Lucas doesn't go with her, because the one time that he goes with her, I want to see. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm glad she's alone.
Oh, for Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can move on now. Go ahead.
All right. So, okay, so then we have the biggest promo, I think, like the most content that we've gotten is when he's got the black eye and he goes into her house and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you have a black eye. Like, what is going on? What happened?" And he's like, "No, it's fine." And she just touches his face. "Let me see it." I can't. And then and then he just kisses her, just like it's no big deal.
Good morning.
Lucas, your eye. What happened?
I walked into a door.
I don't think so. Let me see.
No, it's fine. Really, it'll be fine.
Just, I get to kiss you whenever I want. And then he goes and acknowledges Jack like they're best buddies, which is so cute. He's like, "Hey buddy, how's it going?" And then she's like, "We're not gonna discuss this." And he's like, "No, we're not." Because you have to get to school and Jack and I have to go sailing. And he pulls out a boat like magician Lucas.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
So we're not even going to discuss this?
No, we're not, because you need to go to school. And Jack and I, we need to go sailing. Well, in dry dock anyways. Just like the one that your father had.
Well, that is a very thoughtful gift.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see the context of this scene and in the whole rest of it. And I can't wait to see where it comes in the season. Because it seems like he's definitely been in her house several times before. He seems very comfortable going in.
Yeah.
He seems very comfortable with Jack. And the fact that he is just like, he's watching Jack as she goes to school. What do you
And you
guys
didn't mention the wink.
I can't mention the wink. The wink kills me.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I was here totally disappointed that you didn't mention it.
He was leaving that
That's
for
a
you,
big deal
Blanca.
for you.
It's because I can't do it. I can't handle the wink. I just can't. Stop it. Go. Talk about it.
Sorry, Linda, you were saying?
No, I was saying she left the wink for you to talk about. So
Exactly.
I can't do it.
That feels like a Chris thing too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
improvise.
I could see it being added by him.
Can we talk about the sound effects, the extra little after the kiss? That
Yeah,
was,
please.
I noticed it the first time I heard it and I was like, did I just really hear that? And I went back and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone, and it was a very brief kiss too, for her to be
It's just
Enjoying
like,
it that much.
for that reaction, but okay.
I think it's like a mix between like, because I think it's a mix between like him kissing her, just like, oh yeah, and also like, no, we're not going to talk about this because you have to go to school, and then kiss. I feel like it's a mix between his reaction and the kiss, but it's really cute.
Yeah, the whole promo is just so they seem so settled.
Yeah.
They just seem as if it's very natural, nothing out of the ordinary for their day. him walking in the house, them kissing, little Jack, him taking him when she goes to school, just everyday life for them.
Yeah. She enjoys his kisses. That's
the black guy.
The simple summary of it. And I love the little hands to the hips, like, so we're not going to discuss this. Like the way she says, so we're not going to discuss this. It's so like, so coupley.
It's her scary teacher face.
Yeah. It's almost a scene that could happen, I don't know, several years after they got married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because of the way
they just seem really comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the black eye.
The black eye.
Yes. What is the deal behind the black eye?
Yeah.
I don't know, but he seems really proud of it, does he not? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't seem like something like he's ashamed of. Like, oh, yeah. Like he's like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. You go to school and I'll take care of Jack and it's fine. And he's like giggly about it kind of, and he just kisses her and it's all good. I'm really excited. And then mixed with the promo that we saw of where Lee is like covered in leaves and like dirt and his hair is all disheveled. I wonder if it's connected somehow, where like something happened where, I don't know, someone said something about like a full out brawl between all the men, and I would totally be there for it. I think that would be so funny. If like,
that would be funny. Yeah.
I don't know how it would happen, but it would be funny. So yeah, something we're really excited to see is how he got the black eye and where that comes in this season and
in what context.
What context it's in. And the wake, I just can't. It flusters me so much. Oh, okay. Anyway, are we done with that one?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
You want to process the wink a little bit more? We're here for it.
Didn't even. Oh, okay.
This was, I think this was the third time that we hear Elizabeth call Lucas thoughtful. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the third time.
Well, and okay, so I was watching one of the interviews yesterday that I hadn't watched really since the season ended. It was Chris and Aaron and Kevin. I think it was with Deidre. I don't really know for sure because I watched like a couple different ones. But Aaron was listing, so I think it was with Deidre, and she asked, like, what are some qualities about these two men that you think are high standards for Elizabeth or whatever, like, and then she was listing things that she was like, someone who is thoughtful. She said thoughtful, and it just triggered with me. I was like, she has called Lucas thoughtful multiple times.
Yeah.
And then someone who is interested in her interests. And this was before season 8 ended. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just put it there. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It was not difficult to figure it out, but
no. And since we're talking about it, I was thinking about an interview today for some reason. It was season 7 when they asked her what she liked about Lucas as, potential suitor. And she says, he is a new energy for Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And then when you see one of her interviews before season 8, she tells Jim Halderman, I think his name is, she tells him that they're trying to create something new, something different from Jack and Elizabeth. So that's pretty much, those are like little things that she says that kind of give it away. I mean, or at least in hindsight now, we're like, oh yeah, it's right there.
In hindsight, it's very telling.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Even though she is so good at like not saying what she's not supposed to say. All right, so then we've got We've got Lucas walking Elizabeth home from the library. Come on, it's so cute. First, we have the classic where he says hello and she says hi.
Hi. Yeah.
I love it so much.
Hello.
Hi.
I came to walk you home.
Thank you.
She's so excited to see him, and then she offers to walk, or he offers to walk her home and takes her basket from her.
Come on. How sweet is that? Not everyone would do that. I can picture Nathan doing that.
No. And if he did, it would be like, oh, this is new. Like, she's just like, oh, thanks. I don't know. Yeah, it's just expected, and it's just sweet. It's very sweet. And then when he says, this could be one of those little moments that we could enjoy together, and she's like, pointing out the little moments makes them actually big moments.
This could be one of those little moments that I hope we can keep on sharing.
You realize that by pointing out the little moments, you do in fact make them big moments?
Do I? Well, regardless, I'm looking forward to having more time for all types of moments.
I mean, come on.
So good.
It's so good. I love that, because it's true. Like, pointing out the little moments makes them big moments, because it points out like how important they are. And the way that she like grabs his hand. Yeah. We talked about this recently about how like the comparison between like the first time that they held hands in public and now this like hand grab is it's so sweet to compare it. And then the way that he kisses her hand. I mean, come on. And then Div, you pointed out, this is a really good comparison too, how the way that he's holding her hand when he kisses it is so similar to that picture that we got. Was it Clara and Jesse's wedding that we didn't actually get to see? And it looks so much like the scene in the street that we finally get to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
That was me. I said, that was me. I said it was almost as if they were fixing past wrongs or something like that. Like they were making it up to us.
The writers.
Not giving us that scene, which I'm sure would be beautiful, but they give us this scene. I'll forgive them.
But it's true. Okay. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Structure, position. Yeah.
Yep. And when she grabs his hand and she doesn't let go. I mean, he's like gesturing with it and everything as they're walking down, and she won't let go, and then he kisses it, and it's just,
I love that so much. How he's just like moving his hand around and she just like clings onto it.
I'm not letting go.
That's so cute.
Okay, so for me, two things. Number one, that lean when she walks out, like he's just chilling, I don't know what you call that. It's, I guess, where they tie up the horses. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like he's just leaning against it.
He's leaning on the post.
The post when she walks out. Very similar to season 7 when she walks by him. Like she walks by Nathan, who's like all pouty, and then she walks by Lucas, and it was very similar to
Eddie Iser. There's the guy with the bike.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. But what I love is here he is. I'm talking about Lucas, one of the most prominent businessmen in Hope Valley. FYI, he's not just a saloon owner, people. He also owns an oil company, okay? He's an affluent businessman. But to see him there, he grabs this basket and he's holding on to it. There's something just so sweet about it. It's just,
Yeah. Do you guys, okay, so here's another thing that we haven't discussed yet. The fact that he says like, oh, here's some more like little moments that I hope we can continue to enjoy. Like it's, like, doesn't he say something about like having more time to enjoy the little moments? Like, do you guys feel like he's gonna give something up in season 9 so that he has more time and then therefore can babysit little Jack more often and have more time for the little moments. Do you guys feel like he's gonna give something up or step back a little bit in something?
I think you might step back in the oil business maybe and let Hickam, do a little bit more and he get a little more free time. But I mean, I don't think he's gonna dilute himself from the business altogether.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Some people were asking if he was going to give up the saloon. I don't think he's going to give up the saloon. I think that's his thing. No. And then the oil business is secondary. And I don't think that he's going to totally quit. But I think maybe he'll step back. Maybe Hickam will step in and I don't know. But it does seem that he has more time on his hands than he did before because he was wearing so many hats. Mm-hmm. And forgetting to order mushrooms and there were things that he was a little too busy for, so now that he has time to stop and walk Elizabeth home from the library and take care of little Jack and stuff, it seems like there's something that might change. And then that mixed with what Chris said in that interview where someone asked him what he would like to see for Lucas in season 9, he was like, I just think it would be fun to see him lose everything. I don't know. I don't think that he's going to lose everything, but I'm just putting that together. He might maybe step back from something. I don't know. That's just my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the whole point of it could be, it could be anything, but that he buried himself in work because he didn't have that love of his life. And now that he's found that, he doesn't have to immerse himself in so much work and he can, delegate maybe better to other people.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, I could see that happening too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe work was really important to him until, it's still important to him, but not as important to him now that he has a family, basically. Mm-hmm. And he puts his family first. Yeah.
For me, we've only seen 2 scenes per se, right? The other things have been clips or snippets, as you say. But if I had to choose between this one and the one we just discussed, the black eye one, I would choose this one because both are great, but this one to me is a very clear example of the way Lucas loves Elizabeth, because you can see just what Dave was pointing out, how adoring he is, just by the little things like grabbing her basket and things like that defines the character of Lucas and how he treats her. And it's not always like the haters say big things that have to do with money, but little gestures like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I totally agree. Yeah, it's the little things for sure. And there's nothing wrong with the big things, but the little things are what make him him.
I'm pretty sure that when they're holding hands and walking, they're in front of the Mountie office.
They don't care anymore. They don't care.
Yeah.
Why should they, right? They shouldn't care. But that's a nice touch.
They're oblivious.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Doesn't even cross their minds. Yeah. It's so good. I can't wait to see those scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have the little, so they're wearing the same outfits as when he's walking home from the library, and it's a very tiny moment. He looks at her and leans in and then just goes and focuses towards whoever's talking, and she just giggles. It's so cute. It's, I think, one of my favorite promos. We've discussed this. We don't know if he's going in for a kiss and then just gets distracted, or if he says something funny and turns away and she laughs. I don't know. We don't know. But
I
It's
think
cute.
it's a kiss. I've been a little adamant about or going in, because neither one of them is talking, so he's not like leaning in to listen to her. Neither of their lips are moving, so they're just kind of coming towards each other. It is kind of weird that they would like go in for a kiss when like all these people are around, especially with like Bill's watchful eyes, unless they never saw him behind
I
them.
don't think they care.
But yeah, I feel like they're at that point where they don't really care. So
Yeah.
I could see it, like I could see him going in for like a quick peck. And then maybe someone starts talking and that's what kind of draws his attention away. We don't know. But give me all the kisses.
I could definitely see that happening. I could also see where like he says something funny, and then he looks at her like, like a knowing little glance, and then she giggles. I could see it either way. Or maybe it's something totally different. I don't know. It's all speculation.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have any theory about whether if it's a kiss or not. If I had to say yes or no, I'm guessing no, but I have no idea. And no, I simply want to say that I think what makes that little moment so great is what we were talking about earlier, about their chemistry, about the way in which it doesn't feel like acting, right? It's so brief, but it feels very natural, very real.
Yeah, it's just cute.
So good.
So good, so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have the balcony almost kiss, which could be a kiss. We don't know. We don't see the kiss. I think that they probably get interrupted because it's so classic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're going in for the kiss and they get interrupted. But maybe not. I don't know. But the way that they look at each other.
Oh my goodness.
They are in love.
Yes.
They are in, oh my gosh, the way he looks at her. And then her, like her adoration, like the way she looks at him. And then the little shoulder, what do you call it? Like the way she,
like the shoulder caress.
Yes, the shoulder caress. It's like, oh, they're so into each other. I don't even know what to say. I've watched it so many times. It's embarrassing, but you know, it's research, right, Linda?
Yeah, and it's just one of those moments that even if they don't go in for a kiss, the just the looks say it all. It doesn't really need to have a kiss at the end. If we get a kiss, great. If we get interrupted, I'm perfectly fine because they've kissed before now, so it probably would be more irritating if they hadn't kissed. But yeah, now those looks just say enough, speak enough to me.
Those looks say it all, for
and if
sure.
it's you stuff again, I'm telling you.
And the fact that they're just on his saloon balcony, I'm excited for that in itself because that's cute. I mean, why is she on his saloon balcony? Like at the top balcony, not just like the porch. She's on the balcony.
Maybe Lucas took Allie's advice and moved into one of the rooms in the saloon.
Maybe
invited her for tea.
I'm just kidding.
He said, "Come on, balcony on my tea." Then some people have issues with him being alone on the balcony. He's like, "Come, let's watch the town together."
Yeah.
They're just looking over. The king and the queen are looking over their kingdom. Everything the light touches is ours.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Like everything is a Disney movie. Oh my gosh. It just
so many parallels. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And did you notice that there's another? Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just gonna say I did laugh when I saw that because I mean, and I've kind of harped on this in previous podcasts, but you know, they were laughing and they were, you know, teasing him about how he's always watching people from the balcony, more specifically Nathan and Elizabeth. And now said person is on his balcony next to him, giving him googly eyes and wanting to kiss him. So in your face.
He's no longer alone on the balcony.
There we go.
He's got his queen.
Yes.
Next to him. Blanca, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say that there's another nose nuzzle in this scene. Did you notice? Did you notice? Didn't you notice?
No, I don't think he went close enough for it to be a nose nuzzle. I think he turned directions.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
I think
I'll
their
put
nose.
it in the video. I'll put it in the
Right.
video. I'm gonna have to watch it
Do
again.
that. Yes. I think their nose touch at some point.
But
So that could count as a nose nuzzle. Maybe.
well,
I don't know.
and even just what
Let
they
people
do with
decide.
their eyes is basically a nuzzle.
All right. It's so good.
It's an eye nuzzle. It's just so cute. Come on.
Yeah. And it's precious. Not every actor gets that kind of magic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. In spades. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
good.
and then like a long time ago, we saw a behind the scenes picture of the balcony, and Chris is up there, and there's cameras up there, and they're close up. Like, I think this is the scene that we saw those behind the scenes photos of that I think Peter DeLuise posted.
Yeah.
So-
About that.
Yeah.
Team Nathan, have you guys seen the comments from Team Nathan in there? It's so okay. I'm
No.
repeating myself here. Oh yeah, their comments in there are about how Lucas is looking down and watching Elizabeth and Nathan.
Okay.
There's so many comments. There's so many rude comments about it in there, and now we know exactly what happened or exactly what.
Like, no, I'm sorry, but Lucas is kissing Elizabeth up there. Okay.
And there's always the lip stare in the balcony scene.
Yes.
You've got
Always
a
the lip
major-
staring. The lip staring is prominent. It's there all the time. But
So what do you think? Who do you think interrupts them? Gustav?
I don't know.
I don't know that anything interrupts them, but if it
We don't know
does,
for sure. Yeah.
Maybe nothing interrupts them, but I just feel like it's one of those that unless they're just trying to like not show us every single kiss, because I do want to be surprised with some kisses. So I don't know, maybe they do kiss and they just don't show us in the promo. I just want to be surprised if they got interrupted because it's so classic Hallmark.
Yeah. Especially because they are right next to the street. So anything happening on the street could be a distraction, right?
True. It could be, it could really be anything. It could be
It could be
Gustav.
Nathan falling from his horse.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
It could be, it could be Nathan trotting by with his new mustache. And they're like, what? What is that? I don't know.
That would kill the mood.
It totally would kill the mood, and that
My
would
goodness.
be a valid reason for interruption.
Yeah. It's all speculation. at this point.
It is. Again, don't come at us if we're wrong about any of this.
right?
Okay. Okay. So then we've got Rosemary is talking to Elizabeth.
I saw Lucas and little Jack earlier today.
How are they doing?
Lucas will make a wonderful father. Oh, don't give me that look. You obviously feel the same way.
Yes. But perhaps you could slow my trip down the aisle just a bit.
I mean,
Her reaction.
oh, so good. Right?
Yes. She has that coy smile when he starts to talk to her. It's like,
yep.
Yeah, it's Easter time, or at least it is on the
Yes.
forward. So we know that I don't think it's a flashback to Easter, but so this is fairly early in the season. So that's probably why.
And we know for sure this is at least a few months after the finale. So what I'm trying to say is if some of the fall scenes that we've seen are flashbacks that happen literally right after they get together, this is for sure at least 4 to 6 months after they've started courting officially.
Absolutely.
So yes, she does. She has that like muted excitement, like she's trying, but you can kind of tell that like internally you can almost like her heart skipped a beat, like where she's like, oh. It's a cute, subtle moment.
It is. Yeah, and I feel like since it's in the spring, it's like early on in the season, I feel like her reaction of like, oh, how are they doing? Like, it's probably the first time that he's watched Little Jack on his own. Or at least one of the first times. So it's not like, because otherwise she wouldn't be like, oh, how are they doing? Like the way that she says it, you know?
Agree.
Yeah.
But her reaction is, my goodness, it's absolute perfect, right? It's so realistic. You can tell she's feeling a little bit self-conscious, but also proud or excited about the two guys spending time together. So I think it's pure gold, that reaction from Erin. Kudos to her.
Yes.
Great acting.
Very good acting. Well, and then, I mean, just the fact that she's like, oh, I think Lucas is going to be a very good father. And she's like, oh, don't rush me down the aisle too fast. But then she's like, oh, don't pretend like you don't think that he's going to be a good father. And she's like, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, yeah, I do. Which is another trait that she's looking for. She's looking for a man who's going to be a good father figure to her son. I mean, her son doesn't even know his dad. Like, it's not even like, whoever she dates is going to be replacing his father in Little Jack's mind. It is literally going to be his father. So
the only father he will know, right?
Yeah, the only father he'll know. So yeah, she's gonna choose carefully, and she's gonna be thinking about that. And then the fact that she admits, I think he's gonna be a good dad.
Yeah, and then of course we have Rosemary, humming as they go out, and you can just see Elizabeth's not shying away from it.
Linda.
All right, and then there's the part where Rosemary is humming Here Comes the Bride as they're walking out, and Elizabeth is not really protesting too much. She's getting a good giggle out of it, but
wait,
so what's that?
She hums Here Comes the Bride? I
didn't
know that.
You didn't notice?
No.
Seriously?
Little moments person, come on.
No, I didn't hear that. No, I knew that like she was like, oh, like she giggled at her, but I did not know that she hummed that.
Yeah, and they're giggling on their way out. Yeah.
Come on. And then so she hums it and Elizabeth doesn't protest. She's just like,
they just both giggle about it.
Okay, this is a new thing for me. Let me process.
It's funny because you get the pieces of dialogue that we're not supposed to hear, and you don't hear this, or you don't get this.
I don't know. I don't know how I missed that. What?
Mind blown.
No, okay, I need to go. Nobody has talked about that. That's cute. Okay, that's cute.
It's because Elizabeth, right before she says that maybe you can let me, I don't know how she
like
said
slow
it
down a little bit, like slow my walk down the aisle a little bit.
Exactly,
and then
my walk down the aisle.
And then right after,
and then Rosie teases her.
Well, because Elizabeth goes, kind of like stop.
Yeah. I totally got but I didn't realize that there was a humming of "Here Comes the Bride." Okay, well that's cute.
I didn't know that song has a name, a title. I had no idea.
I don't know what it is. It's "Here Comes the Bride."
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's called "Here Comes the Bride."
Yep.
It's not. It's not. But
It's what you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it maybe in season 10, Blanca. So it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know the song, but I didn't know that you called it that.
It has.
Yeah, but right, of course, before it, Elizabeth is saying, just slow it down a little bit. So she's not protesting to a wedding. She's just saying maybe not tomorrow.
Well, and she's probably just saying just being humble about it, just being okay, you can slow it down a little bit, we don't just one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
And then Rosemary's persistent. She's like, nope.
That's right.
Let's hum "Here Comes the Bride," and then they just giggle about it. Okay. That's cute. I'm processing.
And now you have something to go back and watch after.
Yes. Okay. Am I blushing? I feel like I'm blushing. I'm so excited. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no question. Elizabeth isn't gonna be okay, let me see if I like this guy, and let me see if I'll date him and see if I like him. No, this is, I see myself with this guy, and I see him being a father to my child, and we're gonna pursue it, and we're gonna move. But maybe she's not ready for the marriage yet, but that is where it's going. Come on, there's no question.
She knows.
Yeah.
Erin has said multiple times, this man is going to be the great love of her life. Another great love of her life. So
this final. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so it's very clear that this is a forever thing. I mean, isn't that why they emphasize the lifetime love thing? It's supposed to stick. So to the people who still think they're going to flip to Nathan in season 9, whatever.
I mean, you're just setting yourself up for disaster.
I can't believe there are still people out there who think that's going to happen. I just don't. I mean, Erin and Chris, did you hear their scripts? When they were introducing the promos, they were reinforcing that this is the love story. This is what's coming. So absolutely. I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing else they can do.
Yeah.
They cannot be more obvious. They're not gonna flip the script, okay? I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. I'm not sorry, actually.
No, I'm not sorry either. At this point,
I'm just sorry they can't get the point.
Yeah. Okay, so we also saw.
No. This was my fault. Okay,
we're good. It's endearing.
No, it's not. It's annoying, and I'm sorry.
It's endearing. We all love you. Stop it.
I know.
Okay, so then we have we see Lucas in the school messing with a baseball like Aladdin. And exactly. The part where he's playing with the baseball, his jacket is slung over Elizabeth's chair.
I love that.
At her desk, which is, I mean, come on. So cute, right?
Yep. This is Lucas in Elizabeth's environment. Do you know what I mean? It's he's with her kids, her students. We haven't seen this in the first 3 seasons where he's really been a part of her world, this part of her world. Now he's in the classroom, and we don't know what he's doing with the baseball, some kind of demonstration. What I love is he's interacting with her students, and we see this in the air balloon scene too, right? Where they're in the air balloon and her students are watching their teacher with her boyfriend. So I love that. Their relationship is just so public at this point.
Right.
And what makes this great is this is how the kids were with Jack. All the kids loved Jack, and they like he was beloved, you know, like they called him Mountie Jack. And like they would tease her about, oh, are you gonna marry him, you know? And he had that kind of relationship with the kids, in contrast with Nathan, who actually has more of an in because his niece / daughter, whatever the heck she is, attends the school. So like it's easier, I would think, for him to establish relationships with the other students. Like Opal, for instance, maybe he does have it, but on screen, the writers never actually show us these kids connecting with Nathan. We had Robert in like that one random scene where, or not random scene, but like that one episode where he was thinking about becoming a Mountie. But we don't see that side of them where they're excited about seeing Mountie Nathan. I don't think they even call him Mountie Nathan. It's just Constable Grant. With Jack, it was like so personal. And I'm hoping that that's how it is with Lucas now. I want these kids to be like, okay, this is our teacher's right now boyfriend, but it's like
husband.
Yeah, it's eventually, so I think it's great that the writers are letting Lucas have that exposure. So that makes me happy.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
we know that they work together in the Lanterns things, right? But we didn't see it. We were told they did, but we didn't see it. So
we didn't see it.
It's a good thing if we see this season interacting a bit more with the kids.
I agree.
The kids had joked about it with like when Jack was in the picture, you know, like before they got married. So I feel like that would be really cute if we saw that with Lucas too. If they were like teasing her kind of about like, oh, are you gonna marry him, you know?
Except Allie's in that classroom, but I didn't see her in a couple of the scenes. I think that first classroom scene, she's not there.
Well,
and I don't think she's there.
I don't know, maybe eventually she'll be at the point where she's able to be like,
not roll her eyes,
accepting
at Lucas.
Rolling her eyes.
Not roll her eyes would be a huge step forward for us.
She has no choice. Her uncle / dad has no choice. It's happening.
I love it.
They're not. They are. I'm like, I don't know what to call them. I don't know if she's gonna call him dad next season or what. But
all right, so we have to talk about Nathan's mustache.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it.
We have to talk about it. I mean,
oh my gosh.
If we must.
Is he undercover? Is he going through a midlife crisis? Is like what is it? Why is it there? I think.
And how long is it there for?
I don't know, but it is there, and it is fact that it is on his face. And then, so we did see a long time ago, Martin Cummins, sorry, don't mean to throw him under the bus, because I think he deleted it right after this, so maybe he got in trouble for it. But he posted a picture of Kevin McGarry in the saloon, like slung over his head with a mustache, and then he deleted it, right? So
correct.
I mean, we know it's there for some time, at least more than one scene. And then we saw in the promos,
because it's not the only one either. Excuse me. Hello.
Good evening, Constable.
He seems intrigued. I don't know. We don't know if this is going to be a thing. We don't know if this is going to be any sort of, I don't know, any sort of thing. But he's got a mustache, you guys. What do you think?
I think Team Nathan had already suffered enough in season 8 for them to do this with Nathan. But I don't know. Some people speculated about it being some sort of reaction to his grieving process because he didn't get Elizabeth. I don't know. Could be.
But why not go all out? Like, why not grow out all the facial hair? Like, why groom out the, shave off the
because
beard?
Because monkeys weren't allowed to have beards.
What?
Oh, so
Monkeys couldn't
mustaches
have beards then.
I see. So mustaches were as far as they could go.
I guess they were allowed mustaches.
That's true.
But.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one older Mountie that talked to Jack, I think, in like season 3 or something, had a mustache. He was like a senior official.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe he got a promotion. I don't know.
I'm not sure what to make of the mustache, but it is something that I think both sides agree on. I don't think Team Nathan really enjoys it any more than we do. I don't know. It just doesn't look natural to me. I know people tell me it's real, and I believe that it's real, but to me, it just doesn't even.
Yeah. Well, I think it's real. It's real. I mean, we've seen interviews with Kevin with a mustache, so I think it's real. I just.
And even Bill teases him about it, right? In one scene.
And Jack Wagner kind of in the intro to one of theirs, kind of like, well, didn't you have like this ridiculous mustache? I mean, didn't use ridiculous, but just the tone. Anyway.
Maybe that's why he didn't grow a beard, because that wouldn't be laughable. I'm speaking from the point of view of, for example, the scene with Bill, in which he tells him, are you going to get rid of that mustache or something? It's something like that, right?
Yeah, when they were talking about him driving a car.
Yeah.
Learning
their horses.
how to drive a car.
Yeah. So maybe it's comic relief for Team Nathan. I'm serious. Don't laugh. I'm being serious.
No.
We're not laughing at you, with you.
I am really curious to see what the heck is behind the mustache. I'm curious to see it. I also am curious to see if Nathan learns to drive. I don't really want to see it. I would rather see Elizabeth learn to drive. I don't want to see Nathan learn to drive. I don't know. I don't think he needs to drive a car around the town. I don't.
He's so good on a horse. You want to keep watching him.
That was such a pathetic scene when he went to Lee and was like, is it hard to drive a car? And we know why he was asking him that. Because Allie told him Lucas drove Elizabeth to Union City.
Yep.
Kind of sad, because it's all about the competition. It's all about, Lucas knows how to drive, so I need to be cool like Lucas.
Maybe I should learn it. Okay, the only thing, I would be happy to see Nathan learn how to drive a car if Fiona is the one to teach him. I mean, if Fiona teaches Nathan how to drive a car, I'm there for it. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. I don't really want to see it.
Yeah, because Mei Su seems to be more of a horse person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mei Su, I mean, we'll see about her. Do you guys think? I mean, I think that he was intrigued by her. I think I could see, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they went somewhere with that. But I still really want Nathan and Fiona. That's my number one thing. I don't know.
I think we all want that. We all want Nathan, Fiona, but I'm going to preface what I say by saying we really, obviously, we don't know for sure if she's the love interest. We don't know if Mei Su, we just don't. But if I had to guess, I would say she is. And I say that because that was a meet cute. It's probably not like a super
cute,
like, fun
cute.
But
Sorry.
it it's true. It's totally true. It wasn't, but it's not one where we'd say so cute, right? But it has to be different. Nathan has to be different because this is like I would think a long-term relationship that they're trying to set him up in. It can't be awkward and he can't be tongue-tied. It cannot be like a very self-conscious thing what he had with Elizabeth. It has to be different. Nathan has to be confident when he's talking to this woman. It has to be someone who challenges him. It has to be someone who, I don't want to say butts heads with him, but like someone who can kind of rival him in a way, which I saw in this brief scene where Mei Su's like holding her own against him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards love interest, but we don't know.
Yeah. The Mei Su thing is fine with me. I mean, I could see it, especially like we just saw a little tiny blip of this thing and he didn't seem awkward, which I feel like is a big step for him because he's like, like, let me go talk to this girl, which is totally not the way that he talked to Elizabeth, which, I mean, because he had this huge thing, this huge secret behind Elizabeth. And but now it's like a clean slate, and now there's this girl that comes down the stairs and he's like, oh, so maybe he's not going to be as awkward. I don't know. I hope that we see something good for him and that we can like his storyline. That's what I hope.
Well, I mean, and Nathan himself said that he doesn't understand women. So maybe his rejection by Elizabeth has made him go back and maybe discover a little bit more. And this is growth for him to be able to approach a woman that he hasn't met before in the way that he did, which again, I agree, doesn't look like a typical Nathan, how he would approach, but maybe he's grown. And so now this is his opportunity. I think it's probably a meet cute in the sense that maybe they're not going to go that direction, but they wanted to have it in there in case that's the direction they decide to go.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
What we do know is that she has come to stay, right? Because it's been introduced by Hallmark. The character has been announced as a new addition, right, to their cast. So even if they didn't go that route with Nathan and her, she would still be in the town and part of the cast, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so then we saw a little clip of the big dinner at the saloon where Lucas and Elizabeth are sitting next to each other and they're like they're talking to each other really closely. Do you guys feel like it feels like a fall, like Thanksgiving kind of thing?
Yeah.
Definitely seems fall.
It's fall. I don't know about Thanksgiving, but it's fall. And I think it goes along with the short little thing where we see Aaron and Pascal standing outside and we see like those like wooden frames. They look like boots. I'm talking about on Main Street.
Yeah.
Because Aaron's wearing the same outfit and I think Pascal is too. But I think it's all the same thing. So I don't know what it is. Is it some kind of festival with a dinner, which is kind of like a Christmas vibe, right? That's what they did for the last Christmas episode that we had. So I don't know. Is it Founders Day?
So I was wondering, wasn't the Founders Day at that time of the year? I mean, in the fall.
It does definitely seem like a festival, like some sort of, there's like a bonfire. There's like a huge teepee of wood. There's like Edison bulb, like string lights.
If it's Founders Day, then it happens pretty much right after the finale, which is also the fall, right? But Mei Su is in that scene too. She's at the table, Faith. So how does that fit in? That would mean either it's a flashback because the show starts in the spring, or it's progressed and it's the following fall.
it could be that we get some flashbacks, but then we also see this whole thing at the end of the season. It could be the fall of the, like, after season 9 at the end. We know that it's gonna be full of
romance,
just amazing romance and just passion. And whatever happens with Nathan, it's just whatever, like, it's fine.
Yeah, what did Aaron say? Steamy scenes? We're gonna get some steamy scenes in season 9.
I'm here for it.
Bring it on.
I'm here for the steamy scenes. Let's do it. Come on. So there's the dinner in the saloon, and then Gustav, you guys, Gustav is in the background playing the accordion. We get more Gustav. More Gustav. Our wish has come true, and I'm so happy about it.
A man of many talents.
Gustav's storyline.
I love it. He's out of the kitchen. He's going places.
He's going places. He's going places.
No, he's like the chef extraordinaire, but he's doing like what Linda said. He's a man of many talents, and we're seeing that. We're being spoiled because that's what we wanted, right? We wanted our end game, which we got, and we wanted more Gustav, which more than likely we're about to get.
So. And there's the behind the scenes where there's like a line of people. Yeah. And Gustav is in the mix. And it doesn't, like, people are like, is this Gustav? I don't know. There's like these questions. It's definitely Gustav. Yeah. He looks a little bit different this season, but it's definitely him.
Yeah. I went back and forth.
There.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'm just happy we're getting more of him.
That's right.
He's a really good character for them to develop. He's got the snark, he's got the accent, and like he's offbeat. He's different than the rest of the town. So
I'm excited.
That's why we love him. Plus he's Lucas's guy.
Yeah. So besides that, I think the only thing left we have to discuss is Clara and Jesse are not returning.
Where are Jesse and Clara?
In a homestead in Montana.
I'm really sad about it, but I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I'm disappointed about Jesse and Clara. Like I wasn't invested in their characters, but I would have liked to see some scenes with Elizabeth and Clara now that Elizabeth is courting, especially based on a couple of their conversations from season 7. The wedding episode where they talk about moving on, and Clara encourages Elizabeth to find love again. I need her to be there at the bachelorette party. Let me put it that way, which we're not expecting to happen this season. But I just feel like it's a loss of a girlfriend for Elizabeth. Yeah. I don't think Jesse and Lucas were close. I mean, they called each other friends in the Christmas episode, but Clara not being with Elizabeth, and even for that matter, with Rosemary, even though Rosemary stepped away from the dress shop, I just feel like it's a lot of major character.
Yeah,
I did feel like in season 8 they made it more like Clara, Faith, and Fiona were friends. Yeah, and they didn't really. They could have explored that more. That would have been fun, but I wanted Clara over Elizabeth. They kind of just leave it Elizabeth and Rosemary. Exactly. But I want to see more.
Yeah, and I think Elizabeth will be fine without Clara for sure because she has Rosemary. But yeah, I know I like that too. Like with the 3 girls, like I liked the dynamic of the girls.
Yeah.
Together. So I'm sad about Clara and Jesse leaving for sure.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, me too.
And then so we know that Paul Green is not returning for season 9. So whether we know, I don't know if he's coming back after that. I don't know. But it certainly leaves an open-ended kind of thing for Faith and Carson.
I think it's possible that they don't even know what are
Right.
they going to do with Carson. Yeah.
Yeah.
They may want to wait until they see how people react to whatever storyline Faith gets this year. I don't know if she will get a romantic storyline or not. I would say from a storytelling perspective, I would say it's a little bit too soon for her to get another romance, but that's just
me. I would agree. And I think that's why they wouldn't put Faith and Nathan together at this point, especially because it's too soon for both of them really to be like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the right fit unless there's somebody who like really sweeps Nathan off his feet. Like,
yeah,
you know,
and I could see Nathan moving on before Faith. Faith was in this relationship for what, 3-4 years? He wasn't in a relationship.
No, like 2 years, I think.
So
well, and they had told each other, they had confessed their love to each other. They had kissed each other. They had been on dates before. And Nathan and Elizabeth had never done like he confessed his love to her, but that's it. They had never been on a date.
Yep, Carson even bought a ring, right?
Carson has even bought a ring. There you go.
Eluded him. The brass thing that eluded him. Bring that up. That was just so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those are all the promos that we've seen. Let us know your thoughts on all of that stuff because it's definitely open to interpretation. It is all speculation at this point. So keep the conversation open on social media with us. We are at Lucabeth Lounge on Twitter. We are at the Lucabeth Lounge on Instagram, and we are at the Lucabeth Lounge on TikTok and YouTube. So make sure you're following us and subscribe to us so that we can connect with you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi guys.
Everyone.
Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm sorry.
No, you're not doing anything. Nothing.
It's fine. Okay.
I don't trust you.
Oh, this is Tibner.
Why are you so stupid?
No, I said Clessy and Jera. It's not that.
Every single one of them, they're gonna watch.
They deserve it.
My cup overfloweth.
Yeah.
My connection looks fine. Now you're back.
We never left.
Then it's
Your hair is blowing very slowly. You're beaming very loud. Dude, get some firefighters in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello?
My smoke detector is broken.
Can you help me, please?
No está bien. No está bien.
No está bien.
No está bien. Okay, I was right the first time.
Muy bueno.
But you all know a few words. I'm proud of you.
That means shut up. But I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Te quiero. Te quiero mucho, mi amiga. Now shut up. I'm gonna talk. You're totally blushing. Like so much blushing. The boss. Where'd she go? Wait, is she doing this on purpose? Linda's gonna talk now.
Got it.
Got it.
Oh, I missed it so much.
Got it.
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 Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I know.